Very few people ever get to see what goes on inside a modern banknote printing plant. It's a world of unbelievable microscopic precision and cutting-edge security engineering. Today, we're going to take a look inside the system that created a banknote so advanced it literally set a new global standard. Let's dive in. Note, this was the result of a deliberate, meticulous process of design and high-level engineering. Back in 2015, New Zealand, a country of just under 5 million people, managed to beat global superpowers to win the single most prestigious award in currency design. So how on earth did they do it? Okay, here it is, the $5 note. But for our purposes today, I want you to try and not think of it as money. Instead, think of it as a piece of world-leading technology. It's a palm-sized marvel of material science and, yes, security engineering that we're about to deconstruct, layer by fascinating layer. Now, to really get this scale of this achievement, you first have to understand the competition. This wasn't some small regional award. Oh no. This was basically the World Championship of Currency. Every single year, the International Banknote Society analyzes brand new banknotes from all over the globe. In 2015, almost 150 new notes were released, but only about 40 of them had designs that were new enough to even get nominated. And the criteria? They're absolutely ruthless. Artistic merit, technical innovation, and what I can only describe as fortress-like security. And what's really striking here is just how global this competition is. I mean, look at this list. New Zealand was up against some heavy hitters from Scotland, Sweden, Russia, and Kazakhstan. And yet, the judges declared the $5 note the clear winner. So, what was the secret sauce? What made it so special? All right, this is where we get into the real genius of this thing. We're moving from the award itself to the investigation, into the incredible layers of technology designed to make this note pretty much impossible to replicate. This is where that amazing security engineering really comes to life. First off, take a look at this large, transparent window. Now, this isn't just a piece of clear plastic. It's actually a platform for some of the most advanced anti-counterfeiting technology on the entire planet. Inside, there's a hologram that shows a silver fern and a map of New Zealand. And as you tilt it, the images and colors shift in ways that a scanner or a printer they just can't reproduce it. And this is brilliant. It shows another layer of security. This little bird icon is printed with something called optically variable inks. You see how the color seems to flip from green to blue? As you tilt the note, a bar of light actually rolls diagonally across it. This effect is created by microscopic layered structures inside the ink itself, something that's way, way beyond what a commercial printer could ever do. Now, let's zoom in even further. To your naked eye, the lines in the background might just look like simple patterns, but if you get a magnifying glass, you'll find perfectly readable microtext. This incredible level of microprinting precision requires specialized engraving techniques that, you guessed it, counterfeiters just don't have access to. So the designers came up with a really simple 3-step check for the public. Feel, see, and tilt. You can actually feel the raised ink. That comes from a process where the ink is literally forced into the material at super high pressure, creating this really distinct texture. You can see how these fragmented shapes magically form a complete number when you hold it up to the light. And of course, you can tilt it to see all those dynamic effects. Each one of these is like a public gateway to the note's incredibly deep security engineering. But you see, all of these amazing features are built on a revolutionary foundation. We really can't talk about the note's security without talking about the material it's actually made from, the polymer substrate itself.
New Zealand actually made the switch from paper to polymer way back in 1999. And this wasn't just a simple material change, it was a fundamental leap in currency technology. This polymer substrate innovation is the canvas for all the other security features, and it's a huge security feature in its own right.
The advantages are just massive. For starters, polymer notes last up to 4 times longer than paper ones. They stay cleaner, and over their entire life cycle, they're actually more cost-effective. But here's the big one. The material itself and the ability to create those perfectly clear, transparent security windows is just incredibly difficult for forgers to get their hands on or to replicate. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Here is the hard data. Just look at the dramatic impact this had. Before the switch, back in '97, they were detecting about 16.5 counterfeits for every million paper notes. By 2001, after the polymer transition was done, that number absolutely plummeted to less than 1. The technology, well, it simply works.
But look, a truly world-class banknote is more than just a collection of technology. It's a piece of national identity. And the real genius of this design is how it seamlessly fuses state-of-the-art security with genuine art and culture. So the note features the famed mountaineer Sir Edmund Hillary. But he isn't just floating in empty space. He's carefully placed to be looking towards Iraqi, or Mount Cook, which is New Zealand's highest peak, a mountain he knew very well. This creates a visual link between a national hero and a national landmark, grounding the whole design in a real sense of place and history. Now check out the background. This intricate geometric pattern, it's not just there for decoration. It's actually a representation of a Mari Tukutuku panel pattern called Kokau. It symbolizes strength and shelter, weaving this incredibly deep cultural meaning right into the fabric of the note itself. Every single part of this design has a purpose. And here's a little fact that might just surprise you. This absolute pinnacle of New Zealand identity isn't actually printed in New Zealand. It's manufactured all the way over in Ottawa by the Canadian Banknote Company. It just highlights the incredible global coordination and trust that's required to produce currency at this level of quality and security. And the story doesn't even end when a note wears out. Unlike the old paper notes, which were often just burned, old polymer notes are shredded into these colorful little granules. They're then melted down and recycled into useful plastic products, which gives this super high-tech item a surprisingly sustainable end to its life cycle. So, as you can see, a banknote is so much more than just a way to pay for things. It's a declaration of national identity, it's a marvel of material science, and it's a front line in the constant war against counterfeiting. This $5 note isn't just money, it's a masterpiece of security engineering. And it's a great reminder that sometimes the most complex technology is the stuff you carry around every day in your own pocket.